A girl wakes up in an unfamiliar world with no memories. She embarks on a journey to find her way out and unravel the mystery behind her own past. Out of Mind is a story-rich, choice-based game. Find your own path while exploring the world around you, solve puzzles, and even pet cats. Out of Mind is created by a small team of 3, and a demo is currently available on itch.io. Now, let's hear from one of the developers of Out of Mind.
The game is a story-rich, choice-driven RPG. The gameplay focuses mostly on the story and the choices and their effects. I decided to add some puzzles along the way, which the player will have to solve using bow and arrow. I thought it's will be some nice thing to add. So as it's a story-based game, maybe I should talk about that a bit. In the game, you play as a girl, and she wakes up with no memories in an unfamiliar world, and you embark on a journey to find your way out while collecting your memories and trying to have a better understanding of your past. I feel like the most unique thing about the game is the story and the choices, and most of the choices will have a very big impact on the game, varying from a character that shows or doesn't show up, or even whole scenes that might or might not happen. Um, which also, as I said, understanding of her past, it's also if you make some choices, you can know or not know stuff. Also, the story has a very strong message that we want to convey, which is about the process of managing a mental illness, and that will, of course, unravel during the course of the game itself. Um, so I feel like the choice system, I put a lot of effort into making sure that I have a system that will allow me to easily modify the different outcomes of the player's choices. Um, I take pride mostly in that the choices will have a massive impact on the outcome of the story. I mentioned earlier, there will be also obviously different endings to the story. The choices wouldn't be necessarily good or bad, but will affect the game. Um, and also, I want my players to not really have the possibility to go back. The save system does not really allow that. And I want them to learn to play past their mistakes if they make any. Sure, I feel the thing I struggled the most recently actually was more of a game design point of view. I asked myself, how do I reward my players without items, levels, and currency? Because most traditional games do have items you can use or will have some effects or some sort of currency leveling system, skill trees. And my game has none of those. No battles, no special items, no skills per se. And at the beginning, I felt like something was lacking and I wanted to maybe add items or actual rewards. And after a lot of struggles and discussions with my team and even friends, I just realized it's not the type of game that should have those to begin with. Since my main feature is the story, I thought it might be a better idea to just make all the rewards to be some story pieces or small cute rewards that will make the player feel good. Um, and I do want to write a story and characters that will be interesting enough for the players to want to learn more about them and the world. So hopefully it be enough. Additional challenge I'm currently facing is puzzle design, but that's a whole other story. So basically the puzzles are now a thing, and because of the bow and arrow kind of feature, you have we're having a lot of struggles of kind of making sense of the puzzles because usually the go-to is to move a rock. Like most RPG games have like a rock you can move. And we have a lot of struggle because I think it might be fun to make bow and arrow move a rock, but my teammates not necessarily agreeing with me, but other people do. So it's like it's a whole thing, and you have to manage that. And we're trying to come up with new ideas, maybe more creative or fun. But yeah, and also making puzzles, like do the tutorial well enough so people would understand, because I don't necessarily want to have a dialogue or have an actual tutorial for the puzzles. I want it to be kind of self-teaching experience. That's also a big struggle, I guess. So I'm trying to be available as many platforms as possible. So of course, each they can follow. I release as soon as I can patches and of course new releases, and I notify on big changes and the releases themselves. Also, we have a Twitter page that I post a bit more frequently with like fun updates and screenshots and whatnot. And I just recently opened a Discord server for just fun chat, bug reports, playtesting events maybe in the future. So all of those, I'll make sure to send you links.